Your perspective will change dramatically over the next few years. No matter how mature or self-aware you feel, it's not childish or against your independence to ask for help or advice. It will all get better. So true. I teach JH. And I tell kids, when you're 16, you'll think, man, I was stupid at 13. And when you're 18, you'll think you were stupid at 16. And you'll think you were dumb when you were 18 when you're 20. But that's a good thing, because it means you're growing. I'm about to turn 30. And I can't even guess how many times I'll have the same realization in the future. Almost 46. Man. I was clueless at 43. Don't neglect your health. Physical. Mental. Mental especially. I'd say getting physically fit is a whole lot easier than coping with anxiety/depression, etc. Experience. There's good evidence that physical health improves your mental health. So try both when looking for either. Good hygiene is super important. Especially teeth. Also, don't think that other people can't smell you. They can. When you can smell yourself, others can smell you a lot. Never avoid asking a question for fear of looking dumb. My algebra teacher makes fun of kids who ask questions. Duck him. Your friends may come and go. Appreciate them while they're with you. I read related advice somewhere else on Reddit. Not every friend you have will be around in every chapter of your life. It is, however, very important that they were at that time. This reminds me of a roommate I had in uni. My dog passed away at a young age and her words were, "She was here for you while you needed her." Truer words. Meeting people gets harder after school. How about in uni? Uni is where you make your real friends. IMO. The friends whom you'll know for life. Your best friends. From my experience, you kind of just drift away from most of your high school friends as everyone grows up and goes their separate ways. People won't remember how cool you were. People will remember how kind you were. If anything, all the cool kids in my high school were pretty nice. It's cool to be kind. Just because you got your license doesn't mean you know how to drive. Or that other people do. Pay attention to the road and to other drivers. And I bet you've heard it a million times. But don't drink and drive or get into a car with someone who has been drinking. Actually, drugs included. You may think you're okay to drive, or your friend may try to convince you they are. But don't take risks and do your best to persuade others to do the same. It only takes one mistake to change your whole life. Have fun but stay responsible. Stay alive to enjoy life for a long time. Wear a rubber and be careful who you screw. Ooh, or look at Mr. Fansipants. Getting action when they were 16. Ooh, or look at Mr. Fansipants. Getting action. Open bracket. Even if you do everything right, you might fail. What if I'm not doing anything right? Edit. Yay, my top comment now accurately reflects my life. Thanks Reddit. You may succeed. Don't give in to peer pressure. Don't take up smoking. Focus on grades. Don't smoke. I regret that the most. For real though. I grew up smoking weed every day. Still am. Don't pick it up. It might numb your problems for a few hours, but it only adds to them. Get into the habit of saving a little and not buying every single thing you want. And also, pick your friends wisely. You don't need to be friends with everyone. Just keep those quality people close to you. Honestly, you'll probably find that a lot of your friends now may just be assholes. Find the ones that aren't. And definitely keep them close. I second this. I have one good friend left from school, the rest turned out to be assholes. You're just a kid. You'll understand when you're old like me. Source, I'm 17. You may be smart kid, but I've been smart longer. Also to op. Coasting by on being smart will very soon stop working. You'll soon be competing with people who are much smarter and much harder working than you are. 1. Learn how to eat healthy and exercise. Even if you are naturally thin. 2. Enjoy the silly fashion trends. You will definitely be glad you did when you look back years later and can laugh at yourself. 3. If you plan on going to college, start looking now and be aware of all the deadlines. Always do your FAFSA as soon as you possibly can. 4. Put away money now if you can. When you move out of your parents' house and have to furnish your own place, you will be really glad you did. 5. Take care of your teeth and wear sunscreen. 6. You don't have to have everything figured out right now, so don't worry too much about it. By the time you graduate high school you might have different interests and passions, and it's okay to change your mind about things. 7. Take as many pictures as possible of yourself and your friends. 8. Take this time to learn and try as many new things as possible. Play an instrument. Paint. Learn a language. Once you start college or start working, you will most likely find that you either don't have the time or you're simply not motivated to take up a new hobby. So take advantage of this time. 9. Just enjoy this time however you want to. If you don't want to go to prom or to homecoming, or if you don't want to join clubs and go to parties, then don't. Don't let people say you're missing out or you'll regret it someday. There isn't only one way to live and enjoy your teenage years. So do what feels best for you. Number 9 made my day. My senior prom is going on right now, and I didn't want to go, so I didn't buy a ticket. All I've been hearing for the past week is how I'm missing out, and I'll regret it, and your comment made me feel much better about my decision. Thanks. I went to mine because pressure. Was it? Biggest waste of a day. The people your friends don't get along with aren't your enemies. The people your friends do get along with aren't your friends. You are your own person and your relationships are your own. If someone I know screws over another friend, I'll still bring it up with them, and relations will turn bad. I don't agree with the first one, cause friends stick up for each other. The second one for sure though. I've friends that I've fallen out with, but my other friends haven't. And they've still stayed in contact. Which is okay. Because we all have our own lives and our own relationships. And people change. The things that an ex-friend may have done to me could be a catalyst for an important change in them. And my other friend may benefit from having that person in their life. Be a serious driver. Don't text and drive. Slow down. Don't drive angry and accept that everyone makes mistakes. I have met parents who lost their child due to a car accident, and those people were so heartbroken it's like they were dead inside. He was driving too fast and lost control of his car. Do everything you can so you won't be another extremely sad story. 16-year-old girl was distracted while driving in my town and hit a motorcycle. A major road had to be shut down for a whole night and she went to prison. If I remember, she was tried as an adult, so she ruined a good portion of her life because she wasn't serious enough. She also affected a lot of other people because of her actions. Just don't drive while distracted. If it can't wait, pull into a parking lot or something. A close friend, the man who married my wife and I, was just killed in a motorcycle crash. Killed by a guy in a pickup who decided his time was worth more than the lives of my friend and his family. Please don't run stop signs. High school seems like everything, but it's not. More like high school is nothing. College is a little bit, and the rest of life is everything. It's not nothing. That's minimizing some crucial developmental years. It's a short season in your life, but an impactful one. It doesn't define you or determine the course of your life, but it isn't nothing. Very little of your life now will matter in just a few years. Never beat yourself up too hard. Very little of your life now will matter in just a few years. Never beat yourself up too hard. To caveats. Don't get grievously injured if you can prevent it. Don't get arrested. That hit, don't stay in Vegas. Some people say go ahead and get arrested while you're a minor. It will only really hurt after 18. Invest 10% of everything you earn starting now. Made $20 mowing a lawn? Put $2 into a moderately aggressive mutual fund, then forget about it and don't touch it. Got $500 for high school graduation? Put $50 of that in the same fund and forget about it. Rinse. Repeat. When you're 30 or 40 and want to buy a house, you can borrow from that, but then pay it back. Do this, and someday you will possibly be able to retire and enjoy a few of your golden years instead of working 50+ hours a week until the day you croak. God, I wish I did this. Almost 30 and haven't saved a penny. I'm gonna be working to the grave. Feels real bad, man. Don't stress. Just start now. Pay off your debts. And build savings. It's not too late. Have a good social/study balance. If you go out too much, have a better studying system obviously. But if you are studying too much, or you don't have any friends, that can wreck your life up more than studying too little. I don't have friends, and don't study. I'm ducked. As someone who was in the same position very recently. Do your best to study. It will do you good. Even if it's not in the way it's supposed to. Getting better grades whilst it's important will make the next couple of years a lot easier. Don't worry about having friends. You'll find your people. Go to r/personal finance and read all the guides there. Know how money works and what to do with yours at each stage of life. Also develop a hobby that you'll be able to do when you're old. So you can always have some interest to share with others. Makes making friends much easier. Pay yourself first. Compound interest is the most powerful force in the universe, and you can put it to work for you. And if you start early enough, eventually it'll do all your working for you. Save up $1,000. Buy an ultra low fee index fund and just let it sit. Add $1K every year until you retire. At 7.5% return. Which is a decently conservative estimate for the stock market as a whole. You'll end up with $555K when you retire. For a measly $1,000 invested per year. Edit. Thanks for the gold. If only there was such a thing as Reddit interest. Buy an ultra low fee index fund. Hi, I'm 25, and how TF do you do this? Do you go to like the index fund store website? I'm being dead serious.